Okay, student, next is question number 6. Okay, so we are dealing with chain rule, right? Chain rule, I believe that the more you will practice, the more you will understand. So based on this question, I will give you, based on this rule, I will give you more questions other than exercise question also. Okay, you try to solve this question. If you can, means you have understood. Chain rule is very simple actually, but you need to practice little bit. Okay, so question number 6, what it says, you have to derive this. Question was differentiate, not derive, differentiate with respect to x. Okay, let me write here. Solution only you have to write. Differentiating with respect to x. Okay, so this function which is given, which we used to take it as y, right? Y equal to this one. So we used to differentiate, and the notation how we used to give, dy by dx, right? What is your y here? Cos x cube dot sine square x to the power 5. Now see carefully here. This is of which form? First thing, differentiating cos x cube dot sine square. Now see, you can see this one in the form of product first, uv form. So I will use uv form here. Okay, so see carefully here how I will use chain rule. Okay, so differentiating this one, so this is in the form of uv, right? Uv form, remember, first one keep it as it is, and the next one you differentiate, then plus again the first one which you have keep it as it is, you have to differentiate that one next, and the next which you have differentiated in the first part, you have to leave it as it is, right? So what I mean to say is, suppose this is u, this is v. So see carefully here. So u I'm going to leave as it is. Okay, the form was like this, u v dash plus this I have leave as it is, right? And v I have derived. Now v I will leave as it is, u I will derive, like that, right? So this is your u, this is your v. So u I have kept as it is. Now I will derive the second one, sine x to the power 5. Let me write down here square. Okay, why I'm writing you will understand now. Okay, and this is your v. V I have derived. Can you see? U I have left as it is, v I have derived. Now v I will leave as it is, that is sine x to the power 5. Here I will write square. And while the other one I will derive now, cos of x cube. Okay, this becomes little lengthy but very interesting to solve also. Okay, you need to be very careful with the steps. So this I don't have to do anything, cos x cube. Now see, you have to derive this portion. Now this portion is in the in which form? You can see ddx of sine x form, suppose x form, and this is square. So this you can say x square form. Okay, I hope you can understand. This is in the form of what? ddx something square, right? X square. What was the derivation of this one? 2x 1 power less 1. So what is your x right now first? So when I will derive this one, this is of the form x square first. But see here, this is mixed function. This is not simply x. If it is x, how we used to actually derive is x square, we used to derive like this, 2x. This is the rule, right? Now whatever is there inside, you have to derive this again, dx by dx. Since this is 1, we don't show that, right? You will get 1 only, dx by dx, it will be 1 here. But in this case, you won't get 1. Chain rule, remember, okay, this one. So this portion, whatever you have, again you have to derive this. So first, this is in the form x square, so I will derive in that form, 2x. What is your x here? This one, right? Now this portion again you have to derive, dx of, that's why I said the more you will practice, you will understand more. Okay, plus, I hope it's clear. Next, this one I have to leave as it is, sine square. Now ddx of this one, this is of the form what? Cos x form directly, right? Cos x form, there is no power, you can see. So cos x form, so cos x, whenever go, what will come? Sine x cube. Now see here, in place of x, now x cube is there, right? So this portion you have to derive again. minus will come. Okay, so dx of x cube. Okay, so next this one done, x cube dot 2 sine x5 dot, now I have to derive this one. Now see careful here, this will be a little lengthy, I said. Sine x form, right? Now it is not x, simply x to the power 5 first, okay? But first thing, it is in the form sine form function only, right? So sine function, what was the differentiation? Cos of x5. Now x5 in place of x, simply x, it is now x5. So x5 we have to derive again. ddx of, let me derive directly, okay? I hope you can understand. ddx of x to the power 5. So what it will be? 5x4. After this, if you derive this x again, you will get dx by dx, which will be 1. So no use of writing now, okay? So plus this one, sine x5, this is square, minus will come, right? Plus minus, let me write down minus here. This is product, okay? This is product, so plus minus minus you will get. So sine x cube dot, now derive this. Now this is of the form x cube directly, right? Direct formula we have, n will come as a coefficient and power will become 1 less. So after doing that, you have to derive this again, x, but it will get 1, so no need to write that. I hope you can understand now. So this will come as coefficient x square. Now x we have to derive again, but you will get 1, okay? So that's why no need to write this, okay? So that's it. After that, if you can simplify this one, simplify it. Is there anything to simplify? 5x4, I don't think so, right? So simply you can write, arrange this one properly and can leave it as it is. X to the power 4, not x, 2 into 5, 10. 10x to the power 4, then sine x5 dot cos x cube dot cos x to the power 5 minus, arrange this one also, 3x square sine square x to the power 5 dot sine x cube. So that will be your answer. If you can't simplify anymore, just leave it as it is. Okay, so basically remember the chain rule. This one is in the form uv first. So according to uv, I have written u, I have leave it as it is, v I am differentiating, v I have leave as it is, u I am differentiating. Now see, while differentiating, when you differentiate this, first thing, this is in the form x square form, right? Power, remember power whenever is there, that is in the form of x square. And this power form, how we used to derive this power, whatever it is, it will come as a coefficient and the power will become 1 less, so it will be 2x, like that, right? But in place of x, what do you have? Sine x to the power 5. So x to the power, this I have written in place of x, 2x power 1 it will be. Now this is simply not x, okay? This again you have to derive, okay? So when you'll derive this one, again this is in the form sine x form, right? X to the power 5, simply not x. So this you have to derive as according to your formula. Sine x5 is cos x5. Now x5 again you have to derive, okay? This x5 again you have to derive, so you will get 5x. So see here, ddx of x to the power 5. So this how you used to derive, 5x to the power 4. Now this function which you have to derive this again, but you will get here 1, so no use of writing. So in the formula also mostly you will see dx by dx, it's not written again, okay? So if you have any doubts here, better I will suggest practice again and again, see again and again. At once you won't be able to understand, but once you understand this, it's very interesting to solve all the question of differentiation. The rest of the exercise also you can solve it easily if you can understand this, okay? So chain rule is very important, first thing, and in integration also you need to know all these things, okay? So next is question number 7. I will do all the questions here so that you can understand well, okay? So this time you have to differentiate 2 root cos x square, right? So you have to differentiate this one. So differentiating with respect to x again, with respect to x. I hope this you understand, right? This is independent variable, and why I said it is dependent variable. Y depends on x only. Okay. So we are differentiating with respect to x. What we are differentiating? Suppose this is your y. And let's write down the dx of y is what? 2 root cos x square. Right. So this constant will come out ddx cos x square. Now first thing you see here, which form this one? Root x form. There is a root. Don't get confused. Don't write ddx of cos x form. This one, this is not cos x. Don't write minus sine x square directly. Okay, this is root, first root. So this is of the form ddx root x form. So what was the derivation of this one? 1 by 2 root x. Remember, this was the derivation. Now in place of x it is different function, so you have to derive this again. In this case, if you derive this x again, what you will get? Dx by dx only, which will be 1. So no use of writing here, right? But in this case you cannot leave. So see carefully. 2 ddx of root x form. So this will be 1 by 2 root x. Done this one. Now this one is different function, not simply x. So you have to derive this again. Dx cos of x square. Okay. So what you will get? 2 gone. 1 by root cos x square ddx of cos x form, right? Now this is not simply x again, so you have to derive this again, right? So ddx of cos x co means minus will come, sine x square. So this x square you have to derive again, ddx of x square. I'm writing all the steps here. You can skip if you know that you have to derive and you can derive here, then do it. Okay, you don't have to write this extra step. But since you are doing chain rule for the first time, some question we did in class 11, but obviously chain rule we didn't understand well there, right? Because you didn't had that one in your syllabus there, chain rule. So ddx of x square will be 2x to the power 1. Right, now again x you have to derive, but dx by dx you will give you 1 only. So no use of writing. So there it will end. So arrange this one well. Minus will come out. 2x sine x square by root cos x square. That's it. Okay. Next question number 8. Question number 8. Cos of root x. So differentiating with respect to x. So dx y. What is your y here? Y is cos of root x, right? Which form? Cos x form. Don't get confused. Okay, now don't think root x, this one. Root x form. This is cos x form first, right? So cos x. Now this is not x simply. This is different function. So mixed function again. So cos root x, what will be the derivative? Co means sine will come. Sine x used to be, right? So in place of x you have root x. So this root x you have to derive again. ddx of root x minus sine root x. ddx of root x is 1 by 2 root x. Now don't cancel this and this. This is your angle. Okay, this is simply value. This is angle. This is not separate from sine. This is together makes one value, you can say. Okay, so this will give you minus sine root x 1 by 2. Let me write down here, by root x. Okay, so this will be your answer. Okay, so based on that I have written some question. If you want you can try this. Okay, tomorrow I will show you these questions also, how to solve. Now why I'm taking this extra question is because this way of solving differentiation you should know very well. Okay, and very few questions are given there, so I believe that you need more questions to solve so that you can understand better this one. Okay, now in the next exercise also same thing we are going to do, but there the only difference will be in this case you can see y you can write in the form of x, y you can write in the form y, you can separate it, and x term you can separate it. So you can directly differentiate this one with respect to x, means dy by dx, you can take dy by dx directly like that. But in the next exercise what will happen, some question will be like this, xy plus 2y square is equal to say sine x, something like that will be there. Now in this case, can you separate y alone and x, can you bring it in the other side? You can't do that, right? So these are called implicit function, where you cannot separate y alone and x alone. Okay, so in this case how to differentiate? So very simple. In this case also we used to differentiate here only in the equation, means this one we will differentiate with respect to x, right? So when we differentiate this one with respect to x, you can write like this, ddx term wise you can write xy plus ddx with respect to x, we are differentiating this one, right? This whole equation, same thing we are doing this also, differentiating with respect to x. So what we used to do, ddx, here also ddx we used to take, differentiating with respect to x in this equation. Same thing will this with this equation also, 2y square differentiate, then ddx sine x. In the whole equation we will write ddx and we will differentiate this one. And after that what we will find, we have to find dy by dx, right? In other question they might give dt by dx, like that they might change this function name. Okay, so to find out dy by dx, what we will do, we will solve this equation like equation normally we used to solve in lower classes. That way we will try to solve here also. Dy by dx we will find out, and we will try to make it separate from the other term. Okay, that's how we will solve the next exercise. Very simple, that one. But to understand that one, you have to understand this chain rule first properly. Okay, so I have taken some questions. You please try this question. If you have understood or not, check. Okay, so tomorrow I will show you all this question also, so that you can verify your answer with my answer, whether it is same or not. Okay, so with this I will end up today.